I'd like to ask you about two other triggers that I'm looking at. So one is there's been big news. I did a video on this about BlackRock and the hedge funds and Wall Street buying up single family homes. Now, they are basically taking near free money from the money printer, getting it from their buddies at the Fed. They're getting it for almost free, and they're buying up entire tracts of single family homes, the bread and butter, as us real estate investors would call that. And they're overpaying by a large amount of money because they're looking at different numbers than we are. They can get free money and make 2 or 3%. Heck, they're fine with that. So they'll overpay. And that's a big trend, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down. How does that piece fit into this narrative, I guess?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it's bullish for real estate prices and bullish for real estate rents because these institutions have more data than we do, and they obviously are still doing what they do, right? Because of that, I think it's bullish. So
meaning
follow
you
their
want to.
lead.
Meaning in the investment world, we'd call that the smart money and we're the dumb money. So then meaning if the smart money is putting their money there, then maybe we think about it as well.
Right. Yeah. I think it's a good indicator. Yeah, I do.
Even though they're potentially overpaying because their number metrics are way different than ours.
Fair enough. That's a very good point. Yeah, I think it's okay. And here's the thing, a lot of people, I got asked a question similar to yours just recently on another podcast I was doing. And, at the end of the day, we have to remember that the number of houses and the amount of housing demand isn't changing that much, right? There's still a shortage of about 5.5 million houses, according to NAR, National Association of Realtors, that has a very big statistical, research department, and so we still have that same shortage. It doesn't matter if they're rental homes or for sale homes. The fact is, we have people that need a place to live, right? That's what happens at the end of the day. Now, I do want to mention, though, and this is a far out thing, so no one needs to worry about it today, but in 30 to 40 years, this dynamic looks like it will change quite dramatically because the birth rate is declining. And the one thing that has to happen for all of this real estate investing to work is you have to have demand. You have to have people. You have to have population growth, or at least stable population. And so that's super important. And you have to not have a disruptive construction technology that supplies a lot more housing to the market. And so, I've done deep research on my shows about 3D printed homes, about manufactured homes, and none of these things, forget about the hype you're hearing. It's BS. It's simply not true. I've hired a consultant to look at it and all sorts of stuff. And none of these things are disrupting housing construction anytime soon. It's a low-tech process, and it requires materials. Even if they're 3D printed, it's still concrete, right? It's still materials. And there are land use restrictions and all kinds of problems with building. So I'm not worried about too much supply anytime soon, and I'm not worried about declining demand anytime soon.